gets on my nerves. Too stuck up to buy from us nowadays.
So, you finally managed to get here at last, Beranger.
Morning, Jean.
Late as usual, of course. Our appointment was for 11:30, but now it's practically midday.
I'm sorry, have you been waiting long?
No, I've only just arrived myself, as you saw.
Oh, in that case, I don't feel so bad.
It's different with me. I don't like waiting. I have no time to waste, and as you're never on time, I come late on purpose at a time when I presume you'll be there.
You're right, quite right.
Now don't
but
pretend
still-
you're ever on time.
No, of course not. I wouldn't say that.
There you are, you see.
What are you drinking?
You meant to say you've got thirst, even at this time in the morning.
Oh, it's so hot and dry.
The more you drink, the thirstier you get. Popular science tells us that.
It would be less dry and we would be less thirsty. They would invent us some scientific clouds in the sky.
That wouldn't help you any. You're not thirsty for water, Beranger.
Oh, I don't understand what you mean.
I think you perfectly know what I mean. I'm talking about your parched throat. That's territory that I can't get enough.
To compare my throat to
You're in a
fancy
bad way,
thing.
my friend.
In a bad way. You think so?
I'm not blind, you know. You're dropping with fatigue. You're gone with your sleep again. You yawn all the time. You're that tired.
My head feels a bit thick.
You reek of alcohol.
I have got a bit of a hangover, it's true.
It's the same every Sunday morning, not to mention the other days of the week.
Oh no, it's less frequent during the week because of the office.
And what's happened with your tie? Lost it during your orgy, I suppose?
Huh. You're right, that's funny. Whatever could I have done with it?
Here, put this one on.
Thank you.
Your hair's all over the place. Here's a comb.
Thank you. That is kind.
You haven't even shaved. Just look at yourself.
My tongue's all coated.
I'm not surprised. You're heading for cirrhosis, my friend.
You think so?
Keep the tie. I've got plenty more.
You always look so immaculate.
Your clothes are all crumpled. They are a disgrace. Your shirt is downright filthy. And your shoes. Your shoes haven't even been touched. What a mess you're in. What happened with your shoulders?
What's the matter with my shoulders?
Turn around. Come on, turn around. You've been leaning against some wall. No, I haven't got a brush with me to make my pockets bulge. Heavens! Where did you get all that from?
I don't remember.
It's a positive disgrace. I feel ashamed to be your friend.
You're very hard on me.
I have every reason to be.
Listen, Jean, there are so few distractions in this town. I get so bored. I'm not made for the work I'm doing every day at the office. 8 hours a day. And I only get 3 weeks holiday a year. When Saturday night comes around, I feel exhausted, and so you know how it is. Just to relax.
My dear man, everybody has to work. I spend 8 hours a day in the office the same as everyone else. But I only got 3 weeks off a year. But even so, you don't catch me. Willpower, my good man.
But everybody hasn't got as much willpower as you have. I just can't get used to it. I just can't get used to life.
Everybody has to get used to it. Or do you consider yourself some superior being?
I don't pretend to be, but
I'm just as good as you are. I think with all due modesty, I may say, I'm better. The superior man is the man who fulfills his duty.
Oh, what duty?
His duty as an employee, for example.
Yes, his duty as an employee.
Where did your debauch take place last night? If you can remember.
We were celebrating Augustus' birthday, our friend
Our
August.
friend August? Nobody invited me to our friend August's birthday.
I couldn't refuse. It wouldn't have been nice.
Did I go there?
Well, perhaps it was because you weren't invited.
Good morning, gentlemen. Can I get you something to drink?
True, I wasn't invited. That honor was denied me. But in any case, I can assure you that even if I had been invited, I wouldn't have gone. Whatever is happening. What's going on?
What's going on?
Oh! Rhinoceros!
Ah! Rhinoceros!
Rhinoceros going forward on the opposite pavement!
What's going on?
Things!
I don't want things. Where is it? Did you see that?
What's going on?
Rhinoceros!
You are seeing things. Well, I'll be.
Oh, there, they frightened the poor kitty.
How of all things?
Well, of all things!
Your basket and all your things.
Really, these days you never know.
Fancy that.
May I help you pick up your things?
Thank you, how very kind. Oh, it gave me such a scare.
Fear is an irrational thing. It must yield to reason.
It's already out of sight.
My friend is a logician.
Berger, what do you think about it?
Those animals can certainly travel. Very happy to meet you. That will teach her to buy her things from somebody else.
What do you think about it?
I still didn't let my cat go.
You don't often see that.
Would you hold him a moment? First time I've seen
It's
that.
not spiteful, is it?
When pass like a rocket.
He wouldn't hurt the fly. What happened to my wine?
I've got plenty more.
Berger, what do you think about it?
Good stuff too.
Don't give out. Look after these gentlemen.
What did I think of what?
Go and get another bottle. Quickly.
Of the rises, of course. What do you think I meant?
That's a first class wine, a breakable bottle.
Spruce for spruce.
What are you drinking?
Cognac.
Two cognac. Right. Very kind of you, I'm sure. Two cognac.
Please don't mention it. It was a great pleasure.
I've got some good leeks as well. It's 100 francs a liter.
Oh, you are kind. Such a pleasure to come across the old French courtesy, not like the young people today.
You should buy from me. You wouldn't even have to cross the street, and you wouldn't run the risk of these accidents.
But you must admit, it's extraordinary.
It was a great pleasure meeting you.
Thank you very much for holding my cat. Two cognac.
You're incorrigible.
May I accompany you part of the way?
My husband's waiting for me.
I asked for mineral water. She's
Perhaps
made a
you-
mistake.
Sincerely hope so, madame.
So do I.
The dust settled.
Delightful creature.
A rhinoceros, I can't get over it.
Charming, isn't she?
I'm going to explain to you what a syllogism is.
Oh, yes, syllogism.
A rhinoceros, it's unthinkable.
A syllogism consists of a main proposition, a secondary one, and a conclusion. What conclusion?
A rhinoceros, I can't get over it.
Well, yes, I can see you can. Well, it was a rhinoceros, alright. So, it was a rhinoceros. It's miles away by now, miles away.
But you must see, it's fantastic. A rhinoceros lives in the town, and you don't bat an eyelid. Put your hand in front of your mouth.
Yes, it shouldn't be allowed. It's dangerous. I don't realize. But don't worry, it won't get us here.
We ought to protest to the town council. What's the council there for?
Perhaps the rhinoceros came from the zoo.
You're daydreaming.
But I'm wide awake.
Awake or sleep is the same thing.
But there is some difference.
That's not the point.
But you just said being asleep and being awake were the same thing.
You didn't understand. There is no difference between dreaming awake or dreaming asleep.
I do dream. Life is a dream.
Certainly dreaming if you think the rhinoceros escaped from the zoo,
Oh, I only said perhaps.
because there has been no zoo in our town since the animals were destroyed in that plague. Ages ago.
Then, perhaps, it escaped from a circus.
What circus are you talking about?
I don't know, some traveling circus.
You perfectly know that the town council banned all traveling performers from the district. There haven't been any since we were children.
In that case, maybe it's been hiding ever since in the surrounding swamps.
The surrounding swamps. The surrounding swamps. My poor friend, you live in a thick haze of alcohol.
Oh, that's true. It seems to mount from my stomach.
It's clouding your judgments. Where do you know of any surrounding swamps? Our district is known as Little Castile because the land is so arid.
How do I know then? Perhaps it was hiding ever since under a stone, or maybe it's been nesting on some withered branch.
If you think you're being witty, you're very much mistaken. You're just being bored with your stupid paradoxes. You're incapable of talking seriously.
Yes, only today because...
Today's the same as another day.
Oh no, not quite as much.
Your witticisms are not very inspired.
I wasn't trying to be...
I can't bear people to try and make fun of me.
But, my dear John, how could you possibly think...
I think what is true.
But I would never myself to...
My dear Bernard, you're harming yourself.
But I assure you
That's
that I...
you for making fun of me.
You really can be upset sometimes.
And now you're calling me a mule. Into the bargain. Even you must see how insulting you are.
It never entered my mind.
You have no mind.
Or the more reason it would never enter it.
There are certain things which enter the minds of even people without them.
That's impossible.
And why, pray, is it impossible?
Because it's impossible.
Then kindly explain to me why you think it's impossible, as you seem to imagine you can explain everything.
I didn't imagine anything of the kind.
Then why do you act as if you do? And I repeat, why are you being so insulting?
I'm not insulting you, far from it. You know what tremendous respect I have for you.
Then why do you contradict me, making it out that it's not dangerous to let a rhinoceros go roaming about in the middle of the town, particularly on a Sunday morning when the streets are full of children and adults too?
A lot of them are in church.
If you'd allow me to finish, and at market time too.
I never said it wasn't dangerous to let the rhinoceros go roaming about the town. I simply said I had personally never considered the danger. It never crossed my mind.
You never consider anything.
Alright, I agree. A rhinoceros roaming about is not a good thing.
It shouldn't be allowed.
I agree. It shouldn't be allowed. It's ridiculous. But why go on at me just because some raspberry dactyl happens to pass by? A stupid quadruped, not worth talking about, and ferocious into the bargain, and which has already disappeared, which doesn't exist any longer. Let's talk about something else, John, please. To you.
Put that glass back on the table. You're not to drink it.
There's no point in leaving it to the proprietor.
Put it down, I tell you.
Very well. Oh,
Look out!
Oh, that's Stacy.
How
I'm so
clumsy you
sorry.
are!
Oh, that's Stacy. I'm so sorry. I didn't want her to see me in this.
Your behavior is unforgivable. Absolutely unforgivable.
Oh, be quiet. Please be quiet.
Are you afraid of that young girl? She doesn't look an unpleasant person.
Oh, I must apologize once more.
You see what comes of drinking. You can no longer control your movements. You have no strength left in your hands. You're besotted and fagged out. You're doing it wrong, my friend.
I don't like
You're destroying yourself.
I don't like the taste of alcohol much. Yet if I don't drink, it's as if I'm done for, as if I'm frightened. And I do not to be frightened any longer.
Frightened of what?
I don't know exactly. It's a sort of anguish, very difficult to describe. I feel out of place in life, among people, and so I take to drink. That relaxes me, so I can forget.
You try to escape from yourself.
I'm so tired. I've been tired for years. It's exhausting to drag the weight of my own body about.
That's alcoholic neurasthenia. Drinker's gloom.
I'm conscious of my body all the time, as if it were made of lead. Or as if I were carrying another man around on my back. I just can't seem to get used to myself. I don't even know if I am me.
That's being fanciful, Beranger. Look at me. I weigh more than you.
Example of a
I feel that. Light as a fan.
So sorry. No, I'm done.
You certainly are strong.
Yes, I'm strong. I'm strong for several reasons. Firstly, I'm strong because I'm physically strong. Secondly, I'm strong because I have moral strength. I'm also strong because I'm not riddled with alcohol. I don't wish to offend you, my dear brothers, but I must tell you it's the alcohol which weighs so heavy on you.
Here is an example of syllogism. A cat has 4 paws. Isidore and Fricot both have 4 paws. Therefore, Isidore and Fricot are cats.
My dog has got 4 paws.
Then it's a cat.
I've barely got the strength to go on living. Maybe I don't even want to.
So then, logically speaking, my dog must be a cat.
Logically, yes, but the contrary is also true.
Solitude seems to oppress me, but so does the company of other people.
You contradict yourself. What oppresses you, solitude or the company of others? You consider yourself a thinker, yet you are devoid of logic.
Logic is a very beautiful thing.
As long as it is not abused.
Life is a normal business.
On the contrary, nothing could be more natural. And the proof is that people go on living.
Now there are more dead people than living. And the numbers are increasing, the living are getting rarer.
The dead don't exist. There is no getting away from that. And yet you're oppressed by them too. How can you be oppressed by something that doesn't even exist?
I sometimes wonder if I exist myself.
You don't exist, my dear Beranger, because you don't think. Start thinking, then you will.
Another syllogism. All cats died, Socrates is dead, therefore Socrates was a cat.
And he's got 4 paws, that's true. Got a cat named Socrates.
There you are, you see.
You're just fooling yourself, my dear chap. You say that life doesn't interest you. And yet, there is someone who does.
Who?
Your little friend from the office who just went past. You're very fond of her.
So Socrates was a cat, I see.
Logic has just revealed the fact to us.
You didn't want her to see you in your present states. That proves you're not indifferent to everything. But how can you expect Daisy to be attracted to drunkards?
In any case, I think she's already got her eye on someone.
Oh, who?
Dude, an office colleague, qualified in law, with a big future in the firm, and in these inspections, I can't hope to compete with him. The chief thinks a lot of him, whereas I have no future, I have no qualifications, I don't stand a chance.
The cat Isidore has 4 paws,
How do you know?
stating the hypothesis.
Hypothesis.
So, you're giving up? Just like that?
What else can I do?
Fricot also has 4 paws. So how many paws have Fricot and Isidore?
Separately or together?
Life is a struggle. It's cowardly not to put up a fight.
Separately or together, it all depends.
What can I do? I've nothing to put up a fight with.
Then find yourself some weapons, my friend.
8 paws.
Logic involves mental arithmetic, you see. So it has many aspects.
Where can I find these weapons?
Within yourself, through your own will.
There are no limits to logic.
What weapons?
The weapons of patience and culture, the weapons of the mind. Turn yourself into a keen and brilliant intellect. Get yourself up the mark.
How do I get myself up to the mark?
I'm going to show you. I take 2 paws away from these cats. How many does each have left?
That's not so easy.
It's not so easy.
On the contrary, it's simple.
It may be simple for you, but not for me.
You see, it might be simple for you, but not for me.
Come on, exercise your mind. Concentrate.
Come on, exercise your will. Concentrate.
I don't see how.
I really don't see how.
You have to be taught everything.
You have to be taught everything.
Take a sheet of paper and calculate. If you take 2 paws away from the 2 cats, how many paws are left to each cat?
Just a moment.
This is what you must do. Dress yourself properly. Shave every day. Put on a clean suit.
Oh, the laundry is so expensive.
Cut down on your drinking. This is the way to come out. Wear a tie. Well-cut coat like this one. Shoes well polished.
There are several possible too.
Tell me.
Then what do I do? Tell me.
I'm listening.
I am listening.
You're a timid creature, but not without talent.
I've got talent. Me?
So use it. Get yourself in the picture. Keep abreast of the cultural and literary events of the times.
One possibility is one cat would have 4 paws and the other 2.
Take advantage of what free time you do have. Don't just let yourself drift.
I've never had time. I was an official.
One can always find time to learn.
One can always find time.
It's too late now.
It's a bit late in the day for me.
It's never too late.
It's never too late. You work 8 hours in the day in the office the same as everyone else. But not on Sundays, nor in the evenings, nor for 3 weeks in the summer. That's quite sufficient with a little method. Look, instead of drinking and feeling sick, isn't it better to be fresh and eager, even at work? And you can spend your free time constructively.
How do you mean?
By visiting museums, going to lectures, reading literary periodicals. That will solve your troubles, it will develop your mind. In 4 weeks, you'll be a cultured man.
Yeah, you're right.
There could be one cat with 5 paws,
You see, you even think so yourself.
and one cat with 1 paw. Would they steal the cats then?
Why not?
Look, instead of squandering all your spare money on drink, isn't it better to buy a ticket for one of the interesting plays? Have you heard of the avant-garde theater there's so much talk about? Have you seen Ionesco's plays?
No, unfortunately no. I've only heard people talk about them.
By taking 2 of the 8 paws away from the 2 cats.
It would be an excellent initiation into the artistic life of our times.
We could have 1 cat with 6 paws.
I put myself into the picture, like you said.
And 1 cat with no paws at all.
I will, I promise you.
You promise yourself? That's the main thing.
I make myself a solemn promise, I keep my word to myself.
Well, that would be unjust and therefore not logical.
Not logical?
This afternoon, I go to the museum, and I'll book 2 seats for the theater this evening. Will you come with me?
You must persevere. Keep up your good resolutions.
Because logic means justice.
But you will come with me to the museum this afternoon?
I have to take a rest this afternoon. It's in my program for the day.
I get it. Justice is one more aspect of logic.
But you will come with me to the theater this evening?
No, not this evening.
Well, what about the other solutions? Use a little math.
This afternoon I have to go meet some friends for a drink. It's in my program for a day, and I promised them to go.
For a drink?
What's more, a cat with no paws at all.
I've promised them to go. I always keep my promises.
Now it's you that's setting me a bad example. You're going out drinking.
Wouldn't be able to run fast enough to catch mice.
It's another habit with me, you know. With you, it's not the same thing at all. With you, it's something else.
Even with no paws, a cat must catch mice. That's in its nature.
Why isn't it the same thing?
Because I'm no drunkard. Not me.
I didn't mean you were a drunkard, but why would it make me one? Why would it make me one any more than you in a case like that?
What's in a cat's nature?
Because there is moderation in all things. I'm a moderate person, not like you.
What did you say?
What about me? What did you say?
I said that.
I said that.
Whatever's happening.
What is going on?
Oh, a rhinoceros! Oh, rhinoceros!
Well of all things! You'll be charged for those!
It's rushing straight out, brushing up against the shop windows. Oh.
What a tragedy, poor little thing!
Poor little thing.
Don't just stand there, clean up the mess!
Poor little thing!
What do you think of that?
Oh, you mustn't cry like that. It's too heartbreaking.
Were you there, Mr. Beranger? Did you see it?
Oh, good morning, Miss Daisy. You must excuse me. I haven't had a chance to shave.
Poor little thing.
Poor little thing. That's going too far.
That's going too far.
My little cat, my poor little cat.
What can you do, dear lady? Cats are only mortal.
What do you expect, madam? All cats are mortal. I must accept that.
My little kitty, my poor little cat.
Throw that in the dustbin. You, my dear lady, owe me 1,000 francs.
All you think of is money. Don't upset yourself.
Don't upset yourself, dear lady.
It's very upsetting a thing like that. My little cat, my poor little cat. Yes, it's very upsetting a thing like that.
Sit down, dear lady.
What did you think about it?
Well, what did you think of that?
Well, what did you think of that?
A glass of water for the lady.
Sit down, dear lady.
Oh, poor woman.
Poor cat.
Better give her brandy.
Brandy, this gentleman is paying.
Brandy right away. I don't want any. I don't want any.
It went past my shop a little while ago.
It wasn't the same one.
But I could have...
Yes, it was. It was the same one. Did it go past twice then?
I think it was the same one.
No, it wasn't the same one. The first that went by only had 2 horns on its nose. It was an Asiatic rhinoceros. This one that ran by only had 1 horn on its nose. It was an African rhinoceros.
No. You're talking nonsense. How could you possibly tell about the horns? The animal flesh passed at such a speed we hardly even saw it.
Go on. It will do good.
Very true, we did go past.
Just have a taste. It is good.
You had no time to count its horns.
Drink it up.
Just a sip, dear lady, be brave.
What's more, it was traveling in a cloud of dust.
There you see.
There
you
you
see.
I don't have to gate my way through a fog. I can calculate quickly. My mind is clear.
Better now.
But it had its head thrust down.
Now, wasn't that good?
Precisely. One could see all the better.
My little cat.
Utter nonsense!
I've got another cat that you can have.
What? Me? You dare to accuse me of talking nonsense?
I never have another.
Yes, absolute blithering nonsense.
You have to accept these things.
I have never talked nonsense in my whole life.
Try and be philosophic about it.
You know what? You are just a pretentious show-off. A pedant!
Now, gentlemen!
What's more, a pedant was not certain of his facts because in the first place, it's the Asiatic rhinoceros with 1 horn on its nose and it's the African with 2.
No, you are wrong. It's the other way about.
He was so sweet. Don't excite yourself, Mr. Beranger. They are going to make a bet. No, utter nonsense. It's just a fight.
No, is it a bet then?
I think it's a bet, yes.
Yes, so as I said, don't excite yourself.
We don't want any scenes here.
You know what? Do you want to bet or what?
I'm not betting with you. If anybody's got 2 horns, it's you, you Asiatic mongo.
Whoa! I have no horns and I never will have.
Whoa!
Now look, what kinds is 1 horn? You're a tradesman, you should know.
Tradesmen can't be expected to know everything.
And I'm not Asiatic either. And in any case, Asiatics are people the same as everyone else.
Yes, Asiatics are people the same as we are.
That's true.
No one's asking for your opinion.
But she's right, they are people the same as we are. He was so gentle, just like one of us.
They are yellow. Goodbye, gentlemen. You, I will not deign to include.
He was devoted to us. Now, listen a moment, Mr. Beranger. And you too, Mr. Jean. Oh, gentlemen. Didn't you have any friends who were Asiatic, maybe?
Yes, I once had some friends who were Asiatic. But perhaps they weren't real ones.
I've known some real ones.
I had an Asiatic friend once. I had him when he was a little kitten.
They are yellow. I tell you, bright yellow.
Whatever they are, you are bright red.
Whoa! This is getting serious.
He always made himself understood.
There are white Asiatic as well, and black and blue, and even some like us.
If that's how you feel, it's the last time you'll see me. I'm not wasting my time with a fool like you.
Whoa! He was so clean, he always used his tray.
You drunkard! I'm not going to stand for that!
He could almost talk, in fact he did. You shouldn't have made him angry.
It wasn't my fault.
Go and get a little coffee for that whole thing.
I think you're right. It's the Asiatic Rhinoceros with 2 horns and the African with 1.
But he was saying the opposite.
You were both wrong.
So you were right.
If you don't
We are
mind
going to
me
put
saying
him in a
so.
little box. No, never!
I think Mr. Eugène was right.
Now we must be reasonable.
Would you like me to come with you?
No, don't you bother.
If the African rhinoceros has 2 horns, then the Asiatic must have 1. Vice versa.
Oh, you always have to be different from everybody else.
Should have you made him that angry? Come on, it's not worth it. But, even so, I think your husband is right. If one has 2 horns, then the other one must have 1. And one is African and one is Asian.
He was right. I should never have contradicted him. The slightest disagreement makes him fume.
You're mistaken, my friend.
I'm very sorry, I'm sure.
Stamp is his only fault.
Maybe they are both the same.
Deep down, he's got a heart of gold. He's done me many a good turn.
If one has 2 horns, then the other one must have 1.
I'm sorry I wasn't more accommodating, but why is he so obstinate? I wasn't trying to exasperate him, but he's always trying to make fantastic statements, always trying to dazzle people with his knowledge. He never will admit he's wrong.
Have you any proof?
Proof of what?
The statement you made just now, which stated the unfortunate rule with your friend.
Yes. Have you any proof?
How do you know that one of the 2 rhinoceros has 1 horn and the other 2? Which one's which?
He doesn't know any more than we do.
In the first place, we don't know that there were 2. I myself believe there was only 1.
Let's say that there are 2. Does the single horn one come from Asia?
No, it's the one from Africa with 2, I think.
Then which is 2 horn?
It's not the one from Africa.
It's not easy to agree on this.
The problem must be cleared up.
Excuse me, gentlemen, for interrupting, but that is not the question. Allow me to introduce myself.
He's a logician.
Oh, really? A logician, is he?
Very happy to meet you.
Professional logician, my card.
Oh, it's a great honor.
A great honor for all of us.
All right, then would you mind telling us, sir, if the single horn one comes from Africa?
Or is the Asiatic rhinoceros bicorn?
Or unicorn.
Exactly. That is not the question. Let me make myself clear.
But it's still what we want to find out.
Kindly allow me to speak,
Let him
gentlemen.
speak.
Give him a chance to speak.
We are listening, sir.
I'm addressing you in particular and all the others present as well.
Us as well.
You see, you have got away from the problem which instigated the debate. In the first place, you were deliberating whether or not the rhinoceros that passed by just now was the same one that passed by earlier, whether it was another. That is the question to decide.
Yes, but how?
Thus, you may have seen on 2 occasions a single rhinoceros bearing a single horn,
On 2 occasions, a single rhinoceros.
Bearing a single horn.
or you may have seen on 2 occasions a single rhinoceros with 2 horns.
Single rhinoceros with 2 horns on 2 occasions.
Exactly. For example, you may have seen one rhinoceros with 1 horn, followed by a second one, also with a single horn. Or again, you may have seen one rhinoceros with 2 horns, followed by a second with 2 horns.
Yeah, yes, that's true.
Now, if you had seen
If we had seen,
Yes, if we'd seen.
a rhinoceros with 2 horns,
With 2 horns.
and then another rhinoceros with 1 horn,
with 1 horn,
that wouldn't be conclusive either.
That wouldn't be conclusive.
Why not?
Oh, I don't get it all.
shush!
For it is possible that since its first appearance, the rhinoceros may have lost one of its horns, and that the first and the second transit were still made by a single beast.
That is
And
possible.
I see.
Yeah, why
but-
not? Don't interrupt.
It may also be that 2 rhinoceroses, both with 2 horns, may each have lost a horn.
Yes, why not? Okay.
Now, if you could prove that on the first occasion you saw a rhinoceros with 1 horn,
With 1 horn,
either Asiatic or African,
Asiatic or African?
on the second occasion you saw a rhinoceros with 2 horns,
With 2 horns?
no matter whether African or Asiatic,
African or Asiatic?
we could then conclude that we were dealing with 2 different rhinoceroses, for it is hardly likely for a second horn to grow sufficiently in a space of a few minutes to be visible on the nose of a rhinoceros.
It's hardly likely.
I see, but still.
don't interrupt.
That would imply 1 rhinoceros, either Asiatic or African,
Asiatic or African?
and 1 rhinoceros, either African or Asiatic.
Guys!
African or Asiatic.
For good logic cannot entertain the possibility the same creature be born at 2 places at the same time.
That is hardly likely.
which was to be proved.
Which was to be proved.
But, yeah, that seems clear enough, but it doesn't answer the question.
Obviously, my dear sir. Now the question is correctly posed.
It's quite logical, quite logical.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Goodbye.
It may be logical, but are we going to stand for our cats being run down our very eyes for either Asiatic or African, single or double-corn rhinoceroses?
Yeah, that is true. We are not standing for our cats being run down by rhinoceroses or anything else.
We are not standing
We
for
are
it.
not standing for it.
Are you coming in?
We
The
are not
customers
standing
will
for
be there
it.
at any minute.
I never should have quarreled with John. You, get me a brandy, a double.
Coming up.
I should never have quarreled with John. I shouldn't have got into such a rage. I feel too upset to go to the museum now. Guess I'll cultivate my mind some other time.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I am a 65 years old security guard, and I am responsible for the security of this facility. Well, right now I'm basically here to entertain you for a bit of time. So, you could see Eugène Ionesco's Rhinoceros performed by Vargang. And now, you are going to see a completely unrelated play called Rhinocerosn't. Yeah, they wrote this whole damn thing by themselves. They basically bumped into a copyright issue. So what you are going to see has nothing in connection with Rhinoceros. I sure hope that you will like it. And you can see that I'm using my phone right now. And it's not because I'm reading my script, I swear. It's only because I would like to take a picture with you if you allow me to do it. Thank you so much.
Sorry for being late. Oh my god.
Watch it out, can't you?
Oh my god, all this dirt. Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry for being late. I promise you it's not our fault, it's our boss's fault. I hope it does not cause any inconveniences.
Okay, so, just in case you were planning to steal anything, please do not. Don't touch anything either, because these things are ancient, and if you touch them, they may collapse. Thank you.
Yes, cameras can be seen up there, and over there too.
Put away your phones, please. Don't send airdrops to each other. And don't ask us questions that are not in connection with this whole topic. We don't really have time to waste. If you want to ask anything, please Think about it first. I know it's hard. So think about it first, then ask. Now my friend is going to introduce you to this whole place.
Let me introduce us to you first. My name is Richard. You may call me Mr. Richard, and he's George.
And you may call me Georgie.
Currently we are in France. Who has heard of France before? Excellent. Who's been here before?
Yeah, actually, about 4 weeks ago, I've been here, like about, I don't know.
Very nice,
3
thank you so much. Now we are moving on. As you can see, ancient buildings are present. Please do not touch anything, and for God's sake, do not plan of stealing anything, because these might ancient, you might get hurt. You don't want to do that. All right, as you can see, the cafe there, which is a sign, says cafe. People used to drink coffee here, they met here, and they talked to each other.
Yes, and they drank special coffees here, which do not exist anymore. Pretty special, pretty expensive. That's another reason not to touch anything.
Exactly, they didn't touch anything.
Yes?
Was it like Starbucks, you know?
No, absolutely not like Starbucks. It was way better. People used to talk to each other. I know it's weird in your generation, but people used to talk to each other back in the day, and it wasn't that fancy either.
Exactly. Do any of you know what really happened here?
No, but can you tell us? Because we came here to find out.
But you might have done some research.
Yes, I heard about Rhinoceros.
No! It clearly says in the notes that the word is copyrighted.
Never say the R word.
Never, ever say that.
Sorry.
Come on.
Ah, right. Yes?
Yeah, I read on the internet, so must be true. I read that the town was destroyed by some large, unidentified object.
Completely, yes.
Yeah,
Completely,
they're
absolutely true.
Yeah, there were UFOs, the things that,
Or animals.
No.
No. We
Absolutely not.
say object.
That's
might
philosophy.
That might be copyrighted,
They were not living organisms, that's for sure.
That's for sure. Yes.
Georgie, by the way, can I call him George?
No, please call him Mr. George.
But he said I could call him George.
Yes, you can.
So, I have other questions.
Yes?
What's that?
Oh, that's basically nothing. Nothing happened here.
Absolutely.
Seems like a gravestone to me.
No, it is
Could
not.
you please pay attention?
Come on,
okay?
unbelievable, guys.
It's
Okay.
Come on,
it's
listen
a
to me.
gravestone.
A part of a magic trick. It's a part of a magic trick.
No, please, stop. What kind of class are you? So, as you can see, huge footprints are present. What do you think when object footprints are these?
Rhinoceros.
One more time, we will kick you out.
Come on, this is way worse than touching anything. This doesn't mean
That-
that you can touch anything.
Nor can you steal, okay?
Nor
But
can
it's
you
worse.
steal.
It's still worse. Okay.
Still worse.
So, it's a part of a magic trick. I want you guys to think of a number.
Number
3.
3.
Turn around, shut your eyes.
This is going to be magical.
I promise you, it's going to be amazing.
All right, open your eyes and turn around. See, nothing there.
Yeah, there
Nothing,
was
nothing.
something.
Don't touch
Don't touch
anything!
anything. Come on.
What is that?
Oh, those are footprints. So as you can see, I have really big feet. Those footprints are
big
mine.
feet. Must have been some hooligans.
Yeah, but we don't have them here
Are
anymore.
we not safe?
Yes, we are completely safe. We have a
Security guard.
65-year-old security guard. Cindy has been working
You're
here. There have been
kind
no
of running out of
problem.
time.
Yes.
I think we should just leave. Don't
Yes.
touch it.
Don't touch
What could have happened here?
There must be a story to explain this.
Guys, I have an idea. Maybe there was a female mayor and she had some very good and very bad ideas. And maybe there was a revolution against her. Let's try this out.
You be the mayor and we are the city.
You should be the...
That's cool. Let's play it. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here to introduce you to the new future of the town. To begin with, we are going to build a hospital. For your health. But to build a hospital, we have to raise your taxes. You need a hospital.
No, we don't need a hospital. We are in good health.
Yeah, we are. All right. Then another idea is that we should build a spa. A spa.
Are you?
But it's a nice thing to have. But to build a spa, we need to destroy the school.
This is ridiculous. Are you out of your mind?
He's supporting me. He's my friend.
Do you have children? Do you think of their future?
to make a move.
Yeah, we have to.
Remove the mayor!
Down with the mayor! Down with the mayor! Down with the mayor!
That's not right. This is not adding up.
No, it isn't related to what we are seeing here.
So much happened to these buildings, to this whole town. This couldn't have been it.
Look at the cracks in the ground.
Let's look around. Maybe we'll find something, a clue or another story we can play out.
Hey, here's a notebook.
A notebook?
What's in it? This is some kind of scientific writing.
What?
Yeah. Maybe there was a scientist here, but why? Let me check.
It's not adding up. I don't know.
Maybe it was to protect the town from a wormhole.
What is a wormhole?
Guys, a wormhole, you know, a shortcut through space and time which allow you to travel long distances. But the chances of survival are minuscule.
This could be the one.
Yeah, that's right. I will be the scientist.
Okay, I will be let's have some people there. Oh, we will sit down here.
So, how was your day?
My day, quite well.
And you, miss?
I'm writing an assignment for the college I'm going to. It's about certain animals.
Excuse me, ladies, but do you know what that thing on the wall is? Because I really don't like it. It looks like a piece of modern art, just a painting.
No, it has some kind of aura. It wanted to get me so I got scared.
I think I should go check it out.
I think you should stay here.
I'm familiar with this stuff. Oh my god! Oh heavens, please help! That lady just disappeared!
I think it's dangerous. We shouldn't go near it.
I'm an assistant scientist. I will get her right now. Oh my god, please, professor, please help. I think there's something. I've never seen anything like it.
Could you please be quiet? I'm working on my essay.
Could you please let us talk? It's an emergency. A lady disappeared. The life of people.
Oh my god.
What is it?
To me, this looks like a wormhole.
Wormhole? What is a wormhole?
An extraordinary phenomenon. But the terrible fact is that it's deadly too.
Deadly? Oh my god.
I can't let her go like this.
No! And so the professor invented a machine, an anti-wormhole device. The only problem was that it sent tremors through the earth and especially through the town.
Yeah, that's because the buildings are very, very
Okay. Okay, but that doesn't explain the footprint.
Yes, the footprint.
So-
Oh, the footprint.
Maybe it was something else. Maybe an animal invented the
Oh my god, we use the word object instead.
What is this grave and what are these footprints?
It looks like an animal was here.
Object. We say object.
By what?
By a bigger object. Maybe a rat.
No!
Copyright there.
Don't.
Maybe the object is humidity, or the other way around.
Don't waste time with such stuff. It's really getting late and we don't know anything yet. We had some stories, but they are not right and we didn't do anything.
We have to
We
search
need
for more clues.
Yeah, let's search for more clues and have more stories and play them out.
What's up, my dudes?
Hello, guys. Sorry.
Hi.
We hate to interrupt you
But the train
guys.
leaves in 10.
10 minutes.
This
Let's-
way.
Hey, I have to close the place down, so
But where was the
everyone
rest of the
can leave.
questions?
Exactly.
We have
Right now.
This is how it is, folks. This is how it always is.
This is how it always
No,
is.
no, hey,
Excuse us, please.
Oh, guys, there's a clue.
There's a clue!
There.
Put your hands down.
Come on.
No,
Let's move, let's go.
This way.
Yeah.
This
was lame. You're even more lame, dude. Yeah, thank you.
Just a reminder to everyone, while making this play, nor objects nor people were harmed, so we'd like you to know everything is fine. Thank you so much.